You're welcome to Daily Bread. This is Joshua Jeremiah, your host. It's a great honor and a great privilege sharing God's word with you. We don't take it for granted. We give God all the praise for this opportunity. And we thank God for your life as well, for taking the time to watch and to share these with as many. Thank you very much. Please continue to do that. Share it to everywhere. Spread it everywhere so it can get to the ends of the earth. Blessing, impacting the lives of many to the glory of God in Jesus' mighty name. Manage your appetite for God's reward. There's reward in the service of God, but you need to manage that appetite. Because if you don't, it can destroy you before your time. Manage your appetite for God's reward. If not, it can destroy you before your time. Many have ended up selling their souls to the devil because of instant gratification. They cannot manage themselves and wait for the fullness of time. They want instant result, instant success, instant change. So they're not patient to let God do his work. God is not working in them. They are the ones working in God. My Father, my God. God's reward, hear me well. God's reward can be instant, immediate, and suddenly, but it can also be gradual, a little here and a little there, step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept, block upon block. That's the truth. How you manage your appetite for reward is crucial to who you are becoming. I'll say that again. How you manage your appetite for God's reward is crucial to who you are becoming. What's your motive? Use your desire for reward to provoke you to do right things, not to do wrong things. Be always conscious of the reward while also imbibing delayed gratification. I'll say that again. Be always conscious of the reward. In fact, Psalms, he says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not his benefits. So while you're blessing the Lord, don't forget these benefits. Be always conscious of the reward while also imbibing delayed gratification. What is delayed gratification? Delayed gratification is act of, I'm trying to put it in a very simple way, is act of resisting an impulse to take an immediate available reward in the hope of obtaining a more valued reward in the future. Not cutting corners in a very simple way, put it. Not cutting corners, just going through with God, following God. You know, when God brought Israel out of Egypt, do you know there was a shorter route through the east of Egypt to go to where he was taking them to? But God decided not to. He decided to take them through the longer route, go through the wilderness. Why? Because they were not ready. If they had to go through that short route, they were going to engage with their enemies immediately. But he knew they were not ready yet. So he had to take them through the longer route. Taking them through the longer route was to prepare them for the things they were eventually going to encounter. And so, delayed gratification is not, cutting corners. Delayed gratification is not cutting corners, simply put, but waiting for the blessing of the Lord that adds no sorrows. That's what it means. I'm waiting on the Lord. I'll patiently follow the Lord. Somebody, it's a story. Somebody is praying that God should move. Lord, move. By the first day, he prayed, Lord, I'm praying, Lord, move in your might and your power. The second day, Lord, move again. Move. The third day, Lord, move. By the fourth day, the prayer changed. Lord, move anyhow, by hook or by crook. Delayed gratification is not cutting corners. Hear me well. Practice delayed gratification in your life. Many have gotten into serious troubles for the lack of this. I'll let you take note. The lack of delayed gratification was what destroyed Balaam. That was what destroyed him. Hear me well. Not every open door is opened by God, because God is in the business of shutting doors too. I'm the one that opens a door which no man can shut and shuts a door which no man can open. He doesn't just open doors, he shuts doors too. Not every open door is opened by God. And so if you don't practice delayed gratification, you will become an opportunistic person. You will seek opportunities, not seek God. You'll be driven by opportunities, not driven by God. Jesus was driven by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Numbers 22, verse 4 to 13. See how the lack of delayed gratification destroyed Balaam? Numbers 22, 4 to 13. So Moab said to the elders of Midian, now this company will lick up everything around us, Israel, as an ox licks up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time. Then he sent messengers to Balaam the son of Beor at Petor, which is near the river in the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, look, a people has come from Egypt. See, they cover the face of the earth in numbers, too numerous, and are sitting next to me. Therefore, please come at once, curse these people for me, for they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed. That was the reputation Balaam had. He had the word of the Lord. When he blesses anyone, they are blessed. When he curses them, they are cursed. Verse 7. So the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the diviner's fee. Take note. Diviner's fee, King James puts it, the reward of divination. That's the problem. That's what's killing many people today. Diviner's fee, the reward, without the practice of delayed gratification. Without delayed gratification, you will eat your future before your future arrives. You will consume it now. So they came, the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the diviner's fee in their hand. And they came to Balaam and spoke to him the words of Balak. And he said to them, lodge here tonight, and I will bring back words to you as the Lord speaks to me. And that's correct. They came to him, this is what our king sent us to you for. He said, well, just wait, I need to seek God's face. Right. And so the prince of Moab stayed with Balaam. Then God came to Balaam and said, who are these men with you? And that's an indictment, you understand? God wasn't asking as far because he didn't know them. No, he was asking Balaam, you should know better. Know better than house these people, to have even given them room in your house. Who are these men with you? So Balaam said to God, Balak the son of Zippor, as if God didn't know. You mean God didn't know when he was asking? He's directing the question. You should know. Why don't you know who they are? So Balaam said to God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, look, a people has come out of Egypt, and they cover the face of the earth. Come now, curse them for me. Perhaps I shall be able to overpower them and drive them out. And God said to Balaam, you shall not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed. So Balaam rose in the morning, said to the prince of Balak, go back to your land, for the Lord has refused to give me permission to go with you. You see, that was a very blank statement. That wasn't what God said. God said, you shall not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed. If he had told them that, they would know this is a closed case. But he just simply told them, go back to your land. The Lord didn't give me permission. So they drew their conclusions. Maybe the reward of divination wasn't good enough. And you know the story. They went and came back with a larger reward now. And that was what tempted the prophet of God. And he went back to seek God's face again. At that time, his heart had been consumed by the reward. I'd like you to take note. There is time for everything under the heavens. Be careful. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 tells us that to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Clearly, hear me well. The difference between a ripe and an unripe mango is time. The difference is time. The unripe one is not yet time. The ripe one, its time is now. But take note, God makes all things beautiful in his time, not in your time, in his time. God has his own time. Hear me well. God works according to the timing of his program for our lives, not according to your timing. God has his own timing. So he makes all things beautiful in his time. So you must learn to wait for God's time as you patiently follow him and obediently walk with him. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 9 to 11. What profit has the worker from that in which he labors? I have seen the God-given task with which the sons of men are to be occupied. He has made everything beautiful in its time. And also, he has put eternity in their hearts, except that no one can find out the work that God does from the beginning. He makes everything beautiful in its time. So everything has its own time. God works according to the timing of his program for your life. If it's not time, it's not time, no matter what you do. Don't forget, I told you, God is the determinant factor in our lives. Whatever you do, if God does not move, nothing happens. Paul puts it this way, simply put. He said, I labor, I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. If it's not time for increase, your labor won't bring it in. Your watering won't bring it in until it is time according to God's program. Always, hear me well, always operate under the timing of God. You must yield your time to God's timing for your life. Always, always. God operates according to the timing of his program. His time must become your time as well. John 7, verse 3 to 6. His brothers, the brothers of Jesus, said to him, depart from here and go to Judea, that your disciples also may see the works that you are doing. For no one does anything in secret, while he himself seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world, for even his brothers did not believe in him. Then Jesus said to them, my time has not yet come, but your time is always ready. They were urging him, go and popularize yourself. Let the whole world know you. Here you are hidden in one place. And Jesus is saying, my time has not yet come, but your time is always ready. What was he telling them? You operate according to your time. I don't operate that way. I operate according to the timing of God. I do everything according to the timing of God. And that's what's killing many people. When it's not time, it's not time. There's nothing you do. Beat your head. Do whatever you want to do. Fast, let your stomach blend with your back. Nothing will happen because it's not time. When it's time, you will know it's not your labor. It's not your effort. It's not your strength. It is the grace of God just bringing forth things. I like you to take note. It's not everything you see you must touch. Know and keep your boundaries. It's not everywhere you must park your cars. I'm speaking to men. Not everywhere you must park your cars. Practice self-discipline and self-restraint, because if we learn to discipline ourselves, God will not have to discipline us. God will give us the opportunity to discipline ourselves first. It is when we don't take advantage of that, then his discipline, his correction comes. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 27 to 34. Therefore, whoever eats this bread and drinks this cup of the Lord in an unworthy manner will be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of the bread and drink of the cup. For he who eats and drinks in an unworthy manner eats and drinks judgment to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this reason many are weak and sick among you, many sleep. For if we would judge ourselves, we will not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened by the Lord. Take note, if we would judge ourselves, we will not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened by the Lord, that we might not be condemned with the world. Therefore, my brethren, when you come together to eat, wait for one another. But if anyone is hungry, let him eat at home, lest you come together for judgment, and the rest I will set in order when I come. He said, if we judge ourselves, we will not be judged. It's called self-discipline. God gives you the opportunity. Discipline yourself. Practice delayed gratification. Practice self-discipline, self-restraint as you follow God, waiting for the fullness of his time for your life. God bless you and keep it till we meet again in Jesus' mighty name.